Hi my lovely dears, welcome to this new Italian tutorial. This tutorial will be on possessive pronouns in Italian. Now let's start with a difference, with a first difference that there is between English and Italian. In English you use two words depending on if the possessive is used as pronoun or as it is used as adjective. So you say the house is mine, so you use mine, but you say my house, so you say my. In Italian that is not the case. So in Italian we have the same word, either if you use it as an adjective or if you use it as a pronoun. The only difference is that if you use it as a pronoun, of course, you have no noun accompanying the possessive, but you use the same word. We'll see more in detail this when we start also seeing the what are the possessive in detail. This is one. Second thing is that in English you say my, your. Of course, you don't really see a difference in gender. In Italian, we have a difference in the gender and also in the number. So we make a difference if the possessive is male, female, singular, and plural. Say it's more in general about the possessive in Italian. The possessive in Italian, they have two parts. Let's say that they have two parts. So one part that depends on the person that possesses. So for example, if it's mine, if it's yours, if it's of him or hers, or if it's his, hers, and so on. But so this is your base. So you start with the person that possesses. But then you have also to modify it according to the thing that is possessed. So the ending of the pronoun or the adjective, so the ending of the possessive has to be changed according to the thing that is possessed. So if it's a male thing, a female thing, a singular, a plural. So for the possessive you have the base depending on the person that is the possessor, and the ending of the possessive has to be agreed to the thing that is possessed. So this will be made more clear through the examples once we go more in detail through the possessive. Let's start with the first person. So how you say my. In Italian, for the first person, for my, you have a base mi. Now this becomes mio if the thing possessed is mio. For example, il mio bicchiere, so my glass. Bicchiere is male singular, so mio, I use mio. Now mio for the female singular becomes mia. So for example, if I want to say my house, I say la mia casa. So casa is female, and so mio becomes mia. So you see you have this base mi because it's referring to me, my, but then the ending has to be changed according to what is possessed. Now for the male plural, mio becomes miei. So if I want to say my brothers, I say I miei fratelli. Now, for the female plural, mio becomes miei. So if I want to say my sisters, I say le mie sorelle. Now, an important thing that you can see from the examples is that with the possessive, you always use also the article. So I say il mio, la mia, I miei, le mie. There is just one case in which you don't use the article, and we will see it later. For now, let's go to the second person. The second person has tu as base. If I want to say your dish, I say il tuo piatto. So the male singular is tuo. If I want to say again with house, so your house, I say la tua casa. If I want to make the plural of it, so to say your dishes, I say I tuoi piatti. So tuo becomes tuoi for the male plural. If I want to make the female plural, becomes tue. Your houses, in this case you want to make the plural of house, it becomes le tue case. So that's it for the second person. Now the third person has as base su. It doesn't matter if it's if the third person is a male or a female, because you know, in general, when it comes to personal pronouns, we make a difference between a male and a female, but for the possessive, that doesn't change. So you have the same base regardless of who is the possessor. So if the possessor is male or female, so the base is the same and is su. So if I want to say his or her desk, then it becomes il suo tavolo. So suo is the male singular. Now, if I want to make the female of that, suo becomes sua. So, if I want to say his or her fork, I say la sua forchetta. If I want to make the male plural of suo, it becomes suoi. So, if I want to say his or her desks, so to make the plural of the previous example, so I say I suoi tavoli. Now, if I want to make the female plural of suo, it becomes sue. So if I want to again to make the plural of the example or the previous example, to say his or her forks, then it becomes le sue forchette. Now let's go to the first person plural. So our. Now our has nostr as base. So if I want to make the male singular, it becomes nostro. So for example, if I want to say our office, I say il nostro ufficio. Now, if I want to make the female of nostro, it becomes nostra. So, if I want to say our kitchen, then I say la nostra cucina. Now, let's go to the plural. So, if I want to make the male plural of nostro, it becomes nostri. So, again, if I want to make the plural, the example that I made, to say our offices, then I say I nostri uffici. Now, if I want to make the female plural of nostro, it becomes nostre. So, if I want to make the plural of the example that I made, so to say our kitchens, if you want, so it becomes le nostre cucine. Now, let's go to the second person plural. The second person plural actually is similar to the first plural, but it starts with a V instead of a N. So the base is vostra, and the male singular is vostro. So, for example, if I want to say your neighborhood, I say il vostro quartiere. Now, the female singular is vostra. So if I want to say your table, I say la vostra tavola. Now, if I want to make the plural of that, so to say your neighborhoods, I say I vostri quartieri. So vostro becomes vostri. And if I want to say your tables, I say le vostre tavole. So vostro becomes vostre. Vostre is the female plural. Now, for the third person plural, actually you have loro, and it stays the same. So the possessive for the third person plural is loro, and it doesn't change. It doesn't matter in this case if the thing possessed is male, female, singular, plural, is always loro. So if I want to say their house, I say la loro casa. So this is the female. Or if I want to say their neighborhood, again I say il loro quartiere. So again I use loro. If I want to make the plural, I say le loro case. So also for the female plural is loro. And I loro quartieri. So also for the male plural is loro. So that's about how to make the possessive in Italian. And as you may have noticed, for the male singular the ending is O, for the female singular the ending is A, for the male plural the ending is I. Sometimes there are little adjustments like in the first two persons, as you may have seen. And so for the female plural is E. And now, one other important thing is that in the examples that I've made, the possessives are all adjectives because they are with a noun. But, as I said, we can use the same words also as pronouns, so without any accompanying noun. And in the case, nothing changed. And also in the case, you have to use the article, and also in the case you have to agree, because despite being pronouns, they refer back to something that has been mentioned before, and so they have to be agreed with the thing that has been mentioned, and so with the thing that they referred to. For example, if I want to say my house is small, yours is big. I say la mia casa è piccola, la tua è grande. So in the first part of the sentence, when I say mia, that mia is an adjective because I have the noun casa. The second part with tua, tua is actually a pronoun because you have no noun with it, but it refers back to casa. And so you see that it agrees. And now, one very last thing, I said that you have to use the article, but with some exception. Now, the exception is when you talk about family members in the singular. So when you say, for example, my cousin, my brother, my sister, so with the singular, you don't say la mia sorella, la mia cugina. No, you say mia sorella, mia cugina, or if you want to say, my brother, so mio fratello. So when they are singular, and when you have name for family members in singular, when they are with a possessive adjective, then you use no article. You use the article if they are in the plural. So, for example, if you say my brothers, so I miei fratelli is also in one of the examples that I made previously. So you say mio fratello or mia sorella, but I miei fratelli, le mie sorelle. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumb up and please subscribe to my channel if you like my videos. As always, feel free to post any comment or any question or to request any topic that you may like to hear about. Thanks for watching and see you next tutorial. Ciao ciao!